Hi friends, welcome back to Rustic and Lace DIY. Do you know what today is? Oh my goodness, it is the Just Our Imagination Challenge. I love this challenge. It is so much fun, but I have to say, this month's challenge items, they are a challenge. Let me tell you. So stay tuned. I am sure you are going to enjoy watching what we do with all of these items. But before we get on with the video, I just want to say welcome if you're new here. My name is Brenda and this is my sleepy Oliver. And if you're returning, you guys are the best. So with all that being said, let's get to crafting. Okay, DIY number 1. So I'm going to take one of these sled signs from Dollar Tree. That top part had fallen off, so I just removed the hanger, and then I'm using my paint scraper to just remove the runners from the back of the sled body. And then I just took my little Cricut spatula. Actually, this is the Dollar Tree spatula, and I'm just kind of scraping off that extra paper and glue from the back of my sled. And then I'm going to also take that same scraper and remove all the paper from everything else. But those runners had like little tacks in them, so I'm just using my little pliers there to pull them out. And then I'm going to use that scraper to just remove all the paper from the runners, from the sled body, and the other piece. And then once I removed it, I spritzed it down with water, let it sit for about 5 minutes, and then I'm using my paint scraper to remove all that excess second layer of paper and glue. Then once that was done, I took this adorable rice paper picture from decoupagenapkin.com. I traced where I'm going to place it, and I'm going to paint that area with my white chalk paint, and then I'm going to paint the runners and that other piece with Waverly chalk paint and the color ink. Once that was all dry, I took my Mod Podge. I'm just going to go over the white area with that Mod Podge, just like you see me doing right there. I'm going to set it aside and let it dry. And then I'm going to take this vinyl. This is Cricut vinyl, or not Cricut vinyl, but you know what I mean, for cutting machine vinyl. And I traced out the top and the bottom part of my sled, as well as that top part that goes onto the top part of the sled. I cut those all out, and that vinyl came from Michael's, but I thought I had some red and black from Dollar Tree. If you recreate this, you could always use that from Dollar Tree as well. Excuse me. I'm going to cover my beautiful paper there with some parchment paper, go over it with my heat press. The parchment paper protects the paper. The heat press reactivates that Mod Podge so your image sticks. Then I'm going to go over it again with Mod Podge to give that protective layer. And then I'm going to take those cutouts of the vinyl and I'm going to place them on my sled body. If you see an extra arm there, that was my granddaughter helping me a little bit. And then after I have them all done, I am going to trim off all the excess that overhung on the edges there. And I'm just using my little X-Acto knife. Then I'm going to take these little bamboo reed sticks. I don't know what they're called, but I have them in my Amazon store. I get them from Amazon. I'm going to cut them down. I'm just kind of measuring where I need them and then marking them. And I'm just using these really huge scissors that I got from Harbor Freight Tools. With these things, they're so thin, you can use regular scissors too. You just have to be careful because they do split easily, so you just kind of have to be careful. But once I had those cut down, I am going to use my wood glue and hot glue, and I'm going to glue those runners to the back of that sled sign. And again, the wood glue is for the permanent hold, and the hot glue is for immediate hold. If you're not in a hurry, you could just do the permanent glue without doing the hot glue. But for video purposes, I am in a hurry, so that's why I do that. After I attach those, I'm going to do the same thing with this small piece. I'm going to add a little bit of wood glue and hot glue, and then I'm going to attach that to those runners as well. Now, after I got this on, I realized, man, this vinyl is very shiny. I wish it was more of a matte, but it is what it is. So I'm going to paint those wood pieces with my ink color by Waverly. Once they were dry, I'm taking my Tight Bond Quick and Thick multi-surface glue, and I'm just going to put it on the back of each of those sticks. I did use my finger to just kind of smooth that glue out so that it doesn't leak out, I guess. And then I'm going to glue those all in place. I do end up having to put some heavy things. You see my wood glue sitting there. But I did set like some paint bottles and stuff on these after I glued them all down for about 5-7 minutes, just to give it time to really set, because it was wanting to come up a little bit. I think that sled's a little bit curved and they were not wanting to lay straight. But that glue works perfectly, so yeah, it didn't take long at all. Then I'm going to take some of these little pine branches. I'll show you where I got them from here in a moment. This is like a little candle ring. I get those from Hobby Lobby. They're $7.99 plus 50% off, but I really like to get them when it becomes 75% off or 90% off. That's when I got those, actually. So I'm going to add some little pine cones and some little berries, then that pre-made bow from Dollar Tree. The pine cones came from Amazon. The berries came from Hobby Lobby. And then this red cord I'm going to use for the hanger, that came from Hobby Lobby. And that's all there is. I think this came out so cute. I love that little snowman picture. I think it's adorable. I originally wanted to do a plaid on there, but I decided to do it the buffalo check since it matched his scarf. Okay, today is the Just Our Imagination Challenge, and I host this on the second Monday, we just changed it to Mondays, of every month with my best friend, Kathy Jo, with Kathy Jo DIY. And this month's guest host is the amazing Joanna with Joanna's DIY Life. Last month, we had our must-use items. We had to recreate one of Kathy Jo's DIYs, use aluminum cookie sheets and a plastic bowl. And she made these beauties there. She even made herself a YouTube plaque. I thought that was amazing. But anyways, she did a great job, so we invited her. So make sure you check her out as well as the playlist. I'll have links to all of those in my description box below. Okay, here's DIY number 2. I'm going to take a 14-inch wood round from Hobby Lobby and paint it with my ink. Once it was dry, I took this Chalk Couture transfer called Merry Christmas and Pine. And this is my first time I'm using it. This is new this year. And I'm going to fuzz it on my fuzzing cloth about 4 or 5 times. The reason why we fuzz this, if you're not familiar with Chalk Couture, is because it is a self-adhesive silk screen stencil, and we fuzz it because if we don't, then the first time you use it, it will pull up the paint because the adhesive is so strong. So that's why we fuzz it the first time we use it. So I'm laying it in place. I'm going to use my Shimmer Gold chalk paste. This is brand new as well. And I'm just going to go over the whole thing with this gold color. And I love Chalk Couture. I am a Chalk Couture designer. If you have any questions or think it looks cool or interested in it, I have a link in my description box for my Chalk Couture page. It is so much fun to use and it always looks so beautiful. And we have a couple different monthly specials that you can look into and sign up for. But if you ever have any questions about it at all, you're welcome to email me and I would love to answer any questions for you. As you can see, I just lifted up there because I didn't want the paste to dry on my transfer. Sometimes if you're taking a little bit, the paste can dry, and then when you pull up your transfer, it pulls it up with it and you don't get a very good image. So I always like to pull it up and then just lightly lay it down and then continue on with my project. And as you can see, I kind of got some on the board there, but I just took a baby wipe and wiped it off. And so once it was all dry and I cleaned my stencil, I created a hole with my big mouth crocodile. That's also in my Amazon store. And then I took some of these half beads and I am going over them with some of my metallic gold paint. I just put them on some painter's tape to hold them in place and just went over them with a paintbrush. Once they're all dry, I laid them all out in place, and then I'm using my Tight Bond glue here to just glue them in place. And this stuff works so quickly that I love using it, especially for adding beads and stuff, because you can move them around before it dries and get them in place, and then you don't have to worry about having hot glue spilling everywhere. So once I was done, I took some of this gold cord from Hobby Lobby. You guys, this is only $2.99 and it's 50% off. So it's only a quarter more than what you would get at Dollar Tree, which I don't even think you could find this at Dollar Tree. But yeah, it's better quality and you get a lot more. So check out Hobby Lobby if you have one by you, because you really can get some good deals there. So I just took some of those cedar picks that I think I got from Amazon. The fir or the pine picks I think came from Amazon. I don't know. They've been in my stash since last year or the year before. I took some of this ribbon that I've had forever. This came from Walmart. And I'm just making a bow by doing the awareness ribbon, scrunching it up in the middle and tying some gold cord around it to hold it in place. And then I dovetailed the ends by folding it in half and cutting at an angle. Then I'm just going to glue that above my greenery, and that's all there was for this. I just think this is so beautiful. That black and gold just really pops, and I love that little touch of green. You have to let me know what you think about this in the comment box below. Okay guys, I hope you're enjoying today's video. I know I enjoy this video because I enjoy this playlist. I enjoy, I can't talk, but I enjoy having to use these challenging items and come up with ways to use them in home decor. And I think it's a lot of fun. But yeah, this month's been a little challenging. It's giving me a workout, let's just say that. But before we continue on, I always love to stop in and say thank you to all my subscribers. Because of you, there would be no Rustic and Lace DIY, and I appreciate you guys so very much. And I just love reading your comments and getting to know you, and you guys make me laugh. Once in a while you make me sad, but most of the time you make me laugh and make me happy, and I appreciate all of you guys so very much. So if you are new here though and you enjoyed today's video, please hit that red subscribe button before you go. Become part of our family, and then make some comments in the comment box below so that I can get to know you as well. So with all of that being said, let's continue on with the video. Okay, DIY number 3. Oh, so you guys, these are the must-use items this month. Toilet paper. Toilet paper, you guys. Clean toilet paper, of course. Pill bottles, and then that mop head. And I'm like looking over this going, what am I going to do with pill bottles? I had one idea. I ended up not going along with that. And I was not sure what I was going to use with the toilet paper. I was kind of thinking about maybe making it look like snow on something. Wasn't quite sure, but yeah, my granddaughter helped me come up with an idea. So I am playing around with this pill bottle, trying to think, what do I want to do? So I came up with this idea. So I took a roll of ribbon and a Sharpie there, and I'm laying it on top of the roll, and I'm just going around my pill bottle so that I have a line that goes around. Now I'm using my wood burning tool that I forgot I had, and I am just going around that line and just cutting this. I can't say cutting it in half because it's less than half, or I cut it more than half. I don't know. It's not quite half. Anyways, I'm cutting through that plastic. I did this on both of those pill bottles. And then I took one of these wood rings that I got a big bag of these from Amazon a while ago. And I just cut it in half. You can find these at Dollar Tree sometimes. But I'm going to take my pill bottles. I'm going to paint them with my Waverly chalk paint in the color crimson. I did have to put a couple of coats on them. And then I'm going to also paint that wood round, or wood loop. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Then I took 2 little wood rounds. These also came from Hobby Lobby. I think they're about 2 inches, maybe 3 inches. Anyways, I'm going to paint them with Apple Barrel's chocolate bar color. I thought, okay, these are going to be hot cocoa cups, and chocolate bar, that's color of cocoa, right? Maybe it's a little darker, I think. But anyways, I'm going to glue them to the top of my pill bottles, and there was kind of a little gap because the pill bottles didn't cut real smoothly, and I didn't like the way it looked. So I'm just going to cover that with some of this red and white twine from Dollar Tree, and I just went around the top of it, just gluing it in place. And I think it just did really nice in covering that up. Then I'm just going to use my hot glue and glue the little handle onto my cup. And then I took some of these straws. I'm going to cut it down. I don't know why I didn't cut it at an angle there, but I'm going to cut it at an angle here. And then I'm going to put a little dab of hot glue on top of my cup and add my straw. Now, if you recreate this, I would recommend before you add that wood piece, I would recommend making a little hole in the middle and adding your hanger through that before you go on to this next step. So this was my granddaughter's idea. I was like, okay, what am I going to do for the top? I was thinking about just doing some puff paint to make it look like whipped cream. And then I'm talking, my granddaughter's in here, and I'm like, what am I going to do with this toilet paper? And she's like, I got a great idea, Mimi. And she's like, let's make marshmallows. And I'm like, I wonder. So I took a strip of my toilet paper there and rolled it up like you saw and just hot glued it together. And then I'm just hot gluing them in place. Now, to me, they look a little more like miniature cinnamon rolls, but I think from a distance they can pass as marshmallows. But I just thought it was such a great idea. I was so proud of her for coming up with that. And I'm like, well, let's see if we can make that work. And sure enough, and I think these came out really cute. And of course, she wants me to, I got them a little Christmas tree to put in their room for this year, since they're staying with us right now. And she's like, can we put that on our Christmas tree? So yes, I'm going to let her have these to put on their Christmas tree, but they're so much fun. So after I had most of the middle filled out with the little toilet paper rolls there, I'm taking my puff paint and I'm just going around the edge. And I didn't want to go all the way around the edge because I wanted some of that chocolate to show through so that you could kind of get the idea that there's hot chocolate underneath. So anyway, so once I was done with that, I took just some of this twine and I'm going to wrap it around the handle for a hanger. And it does hang kind of funny. That's why I suggested that if you recreate it, to put the hanger in the middle and then, glue everything around the hanger. That way you could, it would be upright when you hang it. This one kind of hangs really sideways. I don't really like how it hangs, but you know what? I used the toilet paper. I found something useful for it and I'm not complaining. So anyways, I'm just kind of going to glue that hanger up to the top of that handle there. And then I took some of these little snowflakes I got from Hobby Lobby and I'm going to glue one in front of each cup. If I would have had 4 of those, I would have glued one on each side, but I only had 3. So there they are. Those are so cute. I think they're adorable. You have to let me know what you think about these and how I use those 2 must-use items. Okay, it is a time for a celebration of your recreations. And Mary made these cute little cow pictures. I love them, Mary. Thank you. And Deanna, look at all these pretty things that she made. I love your scarecrow recreation. And then this beautiful recreation of my pumpkins. Lori, you did a great job. And then look at this reversible DIY Corrine made. I love it. They are so cute. And I thank you guys so much. And if you have a creation or recreation that you would like me to showcase for you, send pictures to my email address there or send them to me through Instagram or Facebook Messenger. Okay, DIY number 4. So I'm going to take the mop head. I'm going to just pull out strands from this mop head. And once I am done, I am going to use that on my DIY. I didn't use all of the mop head. And I am going to take some of the rope from Dollar Tree and this mop head, and I'm going to just start wrapping this styrofoam cone that I got from Hobby Lobby. And I'm just adding a little bit of hot glue here and there, gluing it all in place to get started. And actually, I just did this the whole way around. Just add a little bit of hot glue and then laid them down. And I'm going to go and just keep going around my cone. These strands for the mop are not very long, so I just connected them just like you saw there until we got to the top. And then I took some of this red cording from Hobby Lobby. I'm going to just put a little bit of it around. I wanted a little bit of red on this, and I'm going to end up having a little more red than this. But anyways, I'm going to glue that. I only glued it at the top and at the bottom. Then I had this pack of, I call it table scatter. I'm not quite sure if that's what it is. But I'm just going to, I got this from Amazon, and I think it is in my Amazon store. I usually buy this every year because I love it so much. But I'm going to take some of those little greenery picks and poke them through. I'm going to use hot glue on a pine cone here. And then I'm going to add some little red berries. And I'm just kind of I'm just looking at what I have and just trying to add things as I go. I cut down some of my cedar pick, added some pieces there. There's little wood stars in this package of stuff and acorns. I added one each of those. I took some of these little pine picks that comes from another candle ring from Hobby Lobby, and then I also did the same thing on the bottom. I did one kind of to the left on the bottom and another one kind of to the right. Then I took some of this beautiful ribbon. I believe this came from Hobby Lobby because I saw some like it, so I'm guessing that's where I got this. But anyways, I'm doing my ribbon just like I did before, the awareness ribbon, scrunch it up in the middle, tie it tightly, and then dovetail the ends. I love this ribbon. I love the plaid. I love the colors. I have a few rolls of this, I think. I decided to go ahead and add a pine cone at the top, add this bow, and then I added some more greenery. And afterwards, when I was taking pictures, I'm like, you know what? This kind of looks like an angel. The pine cone could be the head. The bow looks like the arm wings, you know? I don't know. But anyways, I like it. I really love the greenery stuff to it, but I do like the way the tan and the mop head goes around. I can't talk. It's late tonight, you guys. But anyways, you'll have to let me know what you think about this one as well and which one was your favorite tonight. I have the final reveal coming right up. Make sure you check out the playlist and Joanna's channel and Kathy Jo. Show them some love. Subscribe if you haven't already. You won't be disappointed. They're both hilarious and they're very talented. But I will be back again on Thursday with another video. I can't wait. I'm ready to do some more fun Christmas DIYs. I hope you're ready too. So with all of that, you guys, I really hope you all have a wonderful week and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.